It's 2:29 on a Saturday afternoon, and you're sitting in the drive-thru of a brand new In-N-Out burger. Cars are lined up, employees are working behind the windows, people are eating lunch. Nothing about this moment feels dangerous. Then, a man sitting inside a white Honda Civic reaches toward the payment window and opens fire. Within minutes, 3 people will be dead. Others will be wounded. But something unusual is about to happen. People begin fighting back. And finally, a 17-year-old boy finds himself standing almost face-to-face with the gunman, with nothing in his hands. Tonight, we're going minute by minute through the August 1st, 2026 Twin Falls shooting. What newly released surveillance footage reveals: the 3 people whose lives were taken, and the question investigators still haven't answered. Why? Welcome to the podcast, You Can't Unhear. The In-N-Out burger on Blue Lakes Boulevard North was practically new. It had opened only 8 days earlier. Twin Falls is a city of around 56,000 people in southern Idaho. And this particular area is busy. Restaurants, hotels, stores, a movie theatre. And on this Saturday afternoon, hundreds of people were somewhere nearby. Among them was Chad Williams. Williams was 24 years old. Public reporting indicates he had previously attended the College of Southern Idaho. But whatever was happening inside his mind that afternoon, we still don't know. There has been plenty of speculation online about Williams, his interests, his background, and possible motivations. But police have not announced a motive. They have said they believe he acted alone. So for now, that's where the verified story has to remain. At approximately 2:29 p.m., Williams drove his white Honda Civic into the In-N-Out drive-thru. And suddenly, an ordinary Saturday became a mass shooting. According to the reconstruction released by Twin Falls police, Williams pulled up to the payment window. Working there was 23-year-old Ashley Garibay. Ashley wasn't even originally from Twin Falls. She was from Stockton, California, and had traveled to Idaho to help train employees at the newly opened restaurant. Then, without warning, Williams shot her. He drove his car slightly forward, got out, and approached another vehicle. Inside was 59-year-old Christopher Claunch. Williams shot and killed him. Within moments, 2 completely unrelated people had been attacked. And nearby, someone decided to intervene. Austin A.J. Scott James was a former Twin Falls police officer. He was in the drive-thru with his wife and a friend when he heard the shots. According to his family, James got out. And notably, he initially didn't draw his own firearm. He was reportedly concerned that responding police might mistake him for the shooter. But Williams fired at him. A bullet struck James in the arm, causing a devastating injury. His wife and friend happened to be emergency room nurses. They immediately began helping him. James survived, but required emergency surgery. Meanwhile, the attack continued. Williams returned toward the restaurant. Ashley had been badly wounded, and people were desperately trying to help her. Surveillance footage released days later shows employees scrambling for safety, while others attempt to reach the injured. Williams fired toward the restaurant again. At some point, his handgun malfunctioned, so he returned to his vehicle and retrieved a rifle. And now, the situation became even more dangerous. Inside the restaurant was an off-duty Idaho State Police trooper. He wasn't there expecting to work. He was simply another person caught inside the attack. But when the shooting started, he began helping employees evacuate. Then, he engaged Williams. Gunfire was exchanged through the restaurant area. The surveillance footage captures Williams reacting, running from the building, even falling before getting back to his feet. But he didn't stop. He continued moving through the parking area, firing toward people and vehicles. At one point, a woman fleeing the restaurant encountered the handgun Williams had abandoned. She picked it up, apparently attempting to use it, before realizing it wasn't functioning. She dropped it and ran. Think about how chaotic this scene had become. Employees were hiding. People were trying to treat gunshot wounds. An off-duty trooper was exchanging fire. Drivers were trapped inside cars. And police still had to determine who exactly the shooter was. Williams moved away from the restaurant, toward Blue Lakes Boulevard. Vehicles were stopped nearby, and he began firing at them. More people were wounded. He then moved toward a Tesla charging area, and there, another stranger decided not to run. His name was Jordan Salinas. Salinas was 35, a healthcare worker and caregiver. He was armed with a handgun, and when he saw Williams with the rifle, he fired back. Salinas later said something changed immediately. The confidence he had seen in the gunman seemed to disappear once someone started shooting back. Williams wasn't hit, but the confrontation forced another change in his movement. Police would later praise the people who intervened that afternoon, saying their actions likely prevented even more casualties. But the attack still wasn't over. Near the charging station, Williams fired into vehicles. One of them contained Dale Schultz, 66, and his wife. Dale was killed. His wife was wounded. Williams had now killed 3 people: Ashley Garibay, Christopher Claunch, Dale Schultz. And according to the latest reporting, 10 other people were injured during the wider attack. Williams continued moving toward the Twin Falls Visitor Center and eventually toward the Canyon Rim Trail. Police were closing in, but before they reached him, Williams encountered someone else. And this time, the person facing him wasn't armed. He was 17 years old. Braxton Stubbe worked at a nearby Dick's Sporting Goods. During the chaos, he had ended up on the trail, and suddenly he encountered Williams. Imagine being 17, looking at a man carrying a rifle, knowing that gunfire has been echoing through the area, and realizing there is nowhere immediately safe to go. Braxton talked to him. He told Williams he had a family. He told him he didn't have to do this. He offered to tell him whatever he wanted, anything, if Williams would just let him go. And according to Braxton, something strange happened. Williams appeared emotional. There were tears in his eyes, and he told the teenager, "Just get away from me, man." For a moment, they began moving apart. Then Williams fired. Braxton survived, and police later credited the teenager's interaction with Williams with buying precious time, potentially allowing other people to escape the area. A 17-year-old, with no weapon, had managed to distract an active shooter simply by talking to him. By now, officers had entered the area. Police located Williams near the riverbank and canyon area. An officer ordered him to show his hands, but Williams didn't surrender. That's when Chad decided to end it. He took his own life with a gunshot and fell into the canyon. The attack was over. It had begun at a restaurant, spread through the drive-thru, across a busy boulevard, into parking areas, past a visitor center, and finally toward the canyon. And in its wake, 3 people were dead. 10 others had been injured. A city of around 56,000 people was suddenly the focus of national attention. Who was Chad Williams? Williams was 24. He had connections to Arizona and had attended the College of Southern Idaho. Some reporting has described him as having dropped out. And since the shooting, people online have begun examining pieces of his past, looking for politics, ideology, personal grievances, or warning signs. But here's where we have to be careful. Because when something this senseless happens, there is an almost immediate desire to find the sentence that explains everything. Maybe he hated someone, or maybe he restaurant. Maybe he wanted notoriety. Maybe there was an ideology. Maybe something happened in his personal life. There should be something. Right now, police haven't given us that answer. Twin Falls Police Chief Matthew Hicks has said the investigation is ongoing. The FBI and federal firearms investigators have also been involved, and authorities believe Williams acted alone. But they have not announced evidence establishing why he chose that restaurant, why he chose that afternoon, or why he targeted people who appear to have simply been going about their day. And until investigators establish otherwise, those questions remain unanswered. Maybe the most extraordinary part of this case isn't Chad Williams, it's everyone else. Because the surveillance footage doesn't show a crowd simply waiting for police to arrive, it shows people reacting, confronting, and even fighting the gunman back. Mass shootings often become stories entirely about the person holding the weapon. Their photograph, history, manifesto, if there is one, their psychology and name repeated again and again. But 3 other names matter more here. Ashley Garibay, 23 years old, working inside a restaurant that had been open for barely a week. Christopher Claunch, 59, sitting in the drive-thru when a stranger approached his vehicle. And Dale Schultz, 66, killed near the Tesla charging area, while his wife was also wounded. As of now, we still don't know why Chad Williams did what he did. But any explanation won't make August 1st make sense. 3 people went to one of the most ordinary places imaginable and never came home. Thanks for joining me tonight. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any updates about this case. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.